Today I want to talk to you about courage and what courage really is. A lot of people think courage means that you're brave, you don't have any fear, and you go and do things that are challenging to other people, but because you have courage, you don't feel afraid. And that's not true. Courage means to have heart, to take courage. I'm here to encourage you and teach you how to take heart and how to rapidly process fear so that you can do what needs to be done in this world. So that you can do what needs to be done for your family, for yourself, for the environment. So that you can help reconstruct this world with the passion and the intelligence and the power that you were meant to. It takes a lot of courage to do your inner work. And yet the outer world transforms when you transform the inner world. And it's not going to be vice versa. We can grow all the organic gardens we want. We can create all these beautiful buildings and pieces of art. But if you're at war inside yourself, the war will rage on out there. It's much easier to try to fix it out there. It actually takes less courage to go out there and go up against it than it does to go in here and find where something went wrong, and go inwards and find that hurt child, that angry child, that fearful child, and work it out from that level. But I promise you that as you gain the strength and the courage to do that, everything out here begins to transform automatically. So today we're going to do a tap on courage so that you can have the ability to process fear and make the highest choices for yourself, regardless of how scary it seems at first. Okay, so you're going to follow along with me. Just do as I do. Repeat after me, finding the sore spots on the front of your chest. Press around until you find a tender area in the front of your chest. Big, deep breath, big sigh. Good. Now tune into something that you're afraid of in yourself, that you've been afraid of looking at. Maybe it's your reaction to someone that you love or someone you're working for, or maybe it's something you're afraid of getting started. That is a really powerful inspiration that you have, but you're terrified. Just so pick something where you need some courage. Big deep breath, big sigh. Even though I'm afraid, I love and accept myself. Tapping the eyebrows, even though I'm afraid. Big breath, and just let yourself feel how terrified you are. Tap the temples. I'm really scared. Tap the cheeks. I'm afraid of what will happen if I really go for it. Big breath. And as we bring this love and acceptance to this fear, you're going to feel the courage coming in and the fear releasing. Tap into the nose. This fear. Breathe and feel it again. Tap under the lips. This fear. Tap the chest. I've been afraid to look at this. Tap the front of the rib cage. I've been avoiding looking at this. Big breath, big sigh, and just give yourself a little compassion for doing what we all do. We turn away from what scares us. Big breath. Good, and tapping the side of the rib cage. I love and respect myself even if I'm still afraid. Beautiful, big sigh again. Tap the top of the head. I'm afraid. And tap the eyebrows, this fear. And tap the temples. I'm not going to let this fear control me. Let's say it again. Say it like you really mean it. I'm not going to let this fear control me. Tap into the nose. I'm tired of running away. I'm encouraging myself. And tap the chest. I'm encouraging myself to go inside and to release what's been scaring me. Good. And tapping the front of the rib cage. I'm releasing this fear. And tap the side of the ribs. I'm releasing the fear of messing things up. I might mess things up. Good. Tap the inside of your wrist. And maybe some of you noticed that we didn't do the wrist and the hand points in the last round. That's okay. You can skip around. You can do points out of order. You can skip points and this will still work. I'm going to encourage you that even when you make mistakes, that you keep going. Big breath, big sigh. This fear, I might make a mistake. People might laugh at me. They might laugh at me. Big breath. I'm scared of what others will think of me. Tap the middle finger. I'm scared of what I'll think of myself. Big deep breath, big sigh. Make some sound with that breath. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm releasing my fear of this judgment. The self-judgment, the judgments from others. In case I mess up, what will they think of me? What will they think of me if I don't say it right, if I don't do it right, if I'm not perfect? I'm having the courage. Big breath. Say it with me. I'm having the courage. Tap the little finger, even if I mess it up, to keep going. Even if I stumble. Big breath. Tap the side of the hand. I don't have to get it right. I just have to keep going. I don't have to get it right. I'm encouraging myself to keep going. Big breath. I'm allowing myself to look inside, to learn how to accurately dissolve my fears, targeting one fear with my loving attention. Big breath. Think about the fear you're targeting right now and just zoom in on it. Let your body feel it. Where do you feel it in your body? Is it in your throat? Is it in your solar plexus or your heart? Your neck, your shoulders, tap your chest. I feel this fear in my, and then just say where that is. Tapping the front of the ribs. I feel this fear in my stomach. Big breath. Tap the side of the ribs. This remaining fear in my, say where it is for you, I'll say stomach. Big breath. Good. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm open to releasing this fear. And tap the side of the thumb. I'm open to having courage. And tap the index finger. I'm open to having all the courage that I need to do whatever I'm really supposed to do. My soul knows what I'm supposed to do. I have the courage to fulfill that. My soul wants me to be loving. My soul wants me to change this world. My soul wants me to create new things that have never been created. Big breath. My soul remembers who I am, and I have the courage to be that person. Tap the side of your hand. I'm giving myself heart. I'm digesting pain with the beautiful power of love. I'm digesting fear with my own consciousness. waking myself up, empowering myself. I'm creating courage. Tap all over your body. Tell yourself some loving, encouraging statements. What do you really need to hear yourself say? I know it sounds goofy and feels awkward to talk to yourself nicely out loud, but I'm encouraging you to learn to be your own best friend. You understand your story better than anyone. So what would someone who authentically loves you say to you right now? Let's practice together. Tapping all over your body wherever feels good. Good. How do you feel now? I feel better. And I bet you do too. And I encourage you to keep tapping and to keep practicing.